What up, guys? Little Bessie checking in. Nice to meet you today. We're going to break down our full Guatemala trip. Everything from the cost of the tickets, cost of the Airbnb, everything you need to know. Full cost analysis. Live eventually. Stay tuned. All right, guys. First thing first, we have to book our flights, guys. And our flights end up being $398, guys. You already know we try to book at least, when we book this one, like 45 days, 60 days?
About 45.
About 45 days. 45 days, got found flights for $398. And that's from a major airport to Guatemala City Airport. And just simple as that, guys. Stick to the principles. Try to book flights for under $500, right? So that way you have some more leeway, some more spending cash, so you go out there and have some fun and enjoy yourself. So we booked this flight for $398.
All right, guys. Now booking your accommodation, your stay. We use Airbnb quite a bit. He found a great deal, great location. It's centrally located next to everything.
Zone 10.
And let me tell you, the view, immaculate. I'm sure you can see in the B-roll footage of our views, bedroom views, how the Airbnb looks. Very classy, very distinguished, very nice. Love it. We only paid $390 for this Airbnb. That's $195 a piece, guys. And that's for 6 nights, 7 days. Can't beat that. Can you beat that? 6 nights, 7. Come on.
2 bedroom, 2 bath, full modern kitchen supplies, everything needs, centrally located, walk around. 2 bedroom, 2 bath in zona 10, right? And it ranges, right? You get something a little bit cheaper if you want. You get something a little bit more if you want as well, right? But it's definitely cost effective for what we got. Definitely cost effective. All right, guys, for our 6 day and 7 days trip, we're gonna spending $422 on food and drink, guys. Very affordable when you think about the level of food that we were having, guys. We're having local food, bar food, a little bit of Italian food, a little bit of everything, guys. So $422 between two grown men, $422. That comes up to about $211 each, guys. $211. So if you're looking at it, we booked our flight for less than $500. Airbnb for 6 days, 7 nights, also less than $500. And then for food and drinks, right? Full meals, full course meals, $422. So if you want to factor that in, everything going on, guys, this is definitely doable if you follow our principles, right? Live within your means, pay off debt, build up your emergency funding, have a fun, and just be responsible with your money. Be responsible adult.
All right, guys, one thing you're going to find out is transportation, getting around is cheap. If you're not using your feet, which is for the free, you're going to probably end up using Uber. Stay away from taxis. You never know. It's not as safe either. And they just run up the tab. They can run it up very quickly. You want to know the set rate before you start driving and before you get into any car, and you want it to be protected by, a global giant like Uber. So we've been Ubering around. Total, it's cost us $16. I think we've taken 7 to 8 trips in the Uber, and I mean, $16, and that's including the tip. That's including 20% tip every time.
Yeah.
Every time you tip. Every time just the tip. You gotta make sure you tip every time. So 20% tip, $16 Uber rides, 7 trips. It's unreal.
And that includes the airport as well. That includes airport trip as well. So you can't. I mean, you don't have money for Uber, guys. I mean, come on, right? So with that, moving along, activities, right? Activities. As we know, we did 2 activities. We did the Antigua tour as well, and we also did the Pacaya volcano tour, right? And activities can range anywhere from free up to $150, depending on what you choose to do, guys, which is very reasonable, all things considered, guys. A lot of those activities include transportation to and from your hotel, your Airbnb, wherever you're gonna be staying. So very affordable, very obtainable, guys. You need to adjust the lighting.
All right, guys, nightlife, cigars, drinks. So we spent, I want to say around $233. I think it's around, once we added everything up. We had definitely 2 or 3 bottles of wine. We've had 3 or 4 cigars. We've had lots of drinks. I mean, a ton of drinks and things. You know, I love to drink, so you know, I can't go on vacation without having 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 drinks. So you gotta budget for that if you are a drinker. But if you are going to drink in any place in the world, this is one of the better places to do it because it is inexpensive. I mean, we were getting bottles of wine for less than $30, and not just like, we're talking a $70 bottle in a restaurant was $20, $25 here.
$4.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking a $50 cigar over in the U.S. from Nicaragua. Over here, it's gonna be $16, $15, $16. And look, we have people literally walking in a cigar shop complimenting us on some of the cigars we chose, because my favorite type of cigars are Nicaraguan cigars. But when people see that high-end cigar, but over in America, I'm not paying $50, $60 every time I get a cigar. If I just want to hang out and have a nice scotch, I'm gonna get a $20, $25 cigar. But here you can get a $15 cigar that's worth $50, $60, and you can't beat that. And so that's $116.50 a piece for a 7-day, 6-night trip.
For sure.
Yeah.
Guatemala.
And listen, I know I drink more than you. I'm not gonna lie. So it's a lot cheaper for you. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot cheaper. I know I can outdrink you. So you can come on.
I'm in below.
I'm in below. If you want to have a race, you want to see if you want to challenge me, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, 100%. It's $116.50 a person to have a great time. I had plenty of drinks.
Bar hopping. No cover. Live music.
Good vibes, good time, great people. All around great.
All right, guys, to close out, so you kind of know what we paid, from the travel to the nightlife to the living situation, everything, right? So I know what you're thinking. What's the most important to you is the safety. So, what are your thoughts on the safety here? Guatemala City, Antigua. What are your thoughts on safety? Were at any point in time you felt threatened? Did Guatemalan Devo come and touch your pocket? You had to tuck your chain and anything like that? How did you feel? I know the perils kept you safe. Right? But how did you feel about the safety level of Guatemala/Antigua?
Guys, much like El Salvador, we noticed a strong police presence. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it isn't comparable. El Salvador is a different country. They have gone through a lot different just their environment's a lot different. Political changes and everything that's gone on with crime and whatever it may be. Guatemala is, if you stay in the zones that we have talked about in previous videos or that we've described, you are going to feel very safe. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Obviously, you don't go down dark alleys. We're not walking around in the middle of the night. We're taking Uber. We're being precautious. We're staying in areas that we know are more modern, and we're taking tours and things like that where we know it's safe, and that we've studied the map and making sure these are low crime areas. These are low, we're not going to encounter any danger, or we shouldn't encounter any danger. You just need to make sure you're aware, stay on your P's and Q's, know your surroundings. If it feels unsafe, don't go there. Just leave. As soon as you get that gut feeling, stay away from it. You can read things online, but until you experience it for yourself, you don't know. But you can be prepared beforehand, and what things look like. If you're around a bunch of high rises and things and nice restaurants and the neighborhood looks pretty well trimmed and well landscaped, you're probably going to be in a fairly safe area. You should stick to those areas, especially if you're not used to cities and things like that. But safety wise, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. There are police presence all over the city, especially at events and things like that. On every corner, there's police officers and things like that. So just keep in mind, guys, you just always need to be aware of your surroundings.
And also, with that being said, even the security, right? Even the security carries some heavy artillery on them, right? So even local security, you walking in some of these bars, they got some nice things on them so they can kind of defend themselves as well, right? They're not just flashlight cops roaming around causing the scene. And also, with that being said, lastly, our Airbnb has front desk security. We have front desk security. It's we have cameras out in front and everything like that. So it's a very secure place, right? Like I say, it's It's a amenity building. You got the community center. You got the gym. You got a lot going on. This is really a dope vibe. Right? We're gonna talk about the cost of it in this episode, but it's a really cool vibe, guys. So totally up everything. You know what we're spending. You know how much it's gonna cost. You have a rough idea. Obviously, the price is gonna change, but hey, that's the full breakdown of Guatemala, our Guatemala trip. Eventually, Viva Guatemala.